Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why mostly they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want, take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer free.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfolk. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dies out of not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a... The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't...
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing...
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice? Made of 10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours. It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and pull on each other as they're rolled. Just like maybe you have some other ideas for dice? Ah, yes, Fortress Accident. The Wiro Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as... well, it's an icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, maybe you have some other ideas for dice? What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? How about an amber die? Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to... I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Come on now. Be a little creative. I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes, here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Mr. Smooth moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it?
You'll definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a...
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in...
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures act. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million real business idea.
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
I was just about to ask, what do you think?
The jig is up. The she-demon time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointing, but I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Me neither. I just wanted off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from a kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why... Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone...
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that turns out the business was actually set up as a front for and they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good.
What does she mean?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxiderm?
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Even you can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss, stuffing a sad, stiff-legged record.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials, apparently. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashko, the usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as...
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets, I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even thought they certainly took their work very seriously. Even the usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, in the end they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce.
She's right. Showing up to work on time. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult. Especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled with little silver.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo-Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. They were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boys. And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. Eventually, Revo-Show ICT lost the price war to its rival, Class A 5000. Class A 5000 soy caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear, he said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision
Scary, but cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, most.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the horrific necktie tightens around your neck. Strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
What? No, officer. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermist do. Right. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen knight.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time. Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wire. The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useful. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure. Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey. Yes, you. Word on the street is you keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Failure. It's about Of course you do. You are failure. You are communism. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curbed, you alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of you against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to now get to work, comrade. Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs. Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get. If you want to try again, then you
Equip the pry bar by going to the tools tab.
only the black cable is something close.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked. Both cables are on somewhere. A machine hums along with. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce. An off-key melody starts playing after you.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list.
A single beep indicates you hear the same waiting room music. You hear the same. You ring the door. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but you wait for a minute or two. But all you get from the call box is looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Elect. Have you come to place an order? My God.
The lieutenant.
It's you. My God.
It's a woman, and she knows you. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone ever since I came to work here.
A spot of static overrides her word.
It's so nice to be.
She sounds like the cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the... Another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. No, hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks new, but
This button looks new. I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't been connected yet. Is it the dice makers?
this button looks new.
This button looks new. I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy your finger moves through the various streets. Finally, coming to a halt.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the...
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them. A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain...
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Wait, what? The entire economic system...
This is a lot for her to pass.
Precarious world? Economy? I understand what's going on here. You went in there, rummaged around, and accomplished nothing. It's okay. You don't have to. I was wrong to trust another person.
As she has to, every day.
Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you...
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Common. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Strong, all right. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to... A strange metallic taste fills...
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance your...
It's you! My God.
Wait. Is she...
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but your hands are getting cold and your breathing becomes visible, forming small silvery puffs in the air.
Ever since, as if my mind's been wiped clean.
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. Anger boils up in your chest. Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
Hello again, officer. Since the street sign's messed up, some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken. Just coast.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof.
Anything else? The harbor gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. It's just water. No.
In the west is the miracle.
No problem.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.